everyone, it's middle of January and I'm going to be planting the garlic. I usually do it near the beginning of January, but it's been a bit busy, so I thought I'd get it done. So all I've got here is some small pots, probably 2.5, 3 inch pots. Usually like to use a little bit taller ones, but this is all I've got sort of clean for now. Compost is just spent potato compost with a bit of grit sand and vermiculite in it. Because it was frozen the other day, so I filled these pots up the other day, so I'll let it settle. They've not been watered or anything. So we'll start off, just either buy a seed garlic bulb, you can use shop ones, but I wouldn't advise it really. So you start off, you just buy some garlic, from a reputable dealer, and then once you've grown them, providing they look okay, you can just seed your own from that if you want. So get your full bulb of garlic, sort of carefully separate the cloves. Try not to damage this the root end, especially the flat end, and then it's the same as it is in the bulb. The roots get planted that same way. So pull all your cloves out, and some people say, just use the biggest ones. I tend to find, if they're really tiny, don't use them, but if they're quite thin and long, they tend to still do okay. And anyone that you don't actually use for planting, you can use them for stuff like for eating. So these are what I grew last year, still plenty fine. They'll be fine for months yet. The variety Solent White. So you do that, and then you end up with what you need. I mean, I'm growing about 70 I think this year. So I thought I'll just do this first, a couple of pots here. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you can use a little dibber, or I've got a paintbrush that's handy, or a pen, or just your finger will do. I've not compacted this compost or tampered it down or anything, it's just loosely filled, because I like to put the bulb in, the clove, and then I'll water it. And I'll settle it, because they do have a habit of when you start growing roots, you're trying to push yourself out. So just keep an eye on that. And these will be going out in the ground up at the allotment in probably about 5 weeks, I should imagine. So make a little hole, probably about 3/4 of the way down the pot, and then just drop your clove in. Cover it, so you just go around, do that with all your pots. It's really straightforward, to be honest, and it's easy to grow garlic. It has a few problems like rust and that. That's why I don't tend to do it over winter anymore. I used to always find it, if I did it over winter, I got rust really early. But the last few years I've just kind of gone for January sort of sowing, and I've managed to not get it quite so bad. I always get it at some point or another. It usually always comes and rears its ugly head. There's not a lot you can do. It's kind of weather control as well. So if you have a good year weather-wise, not too bad. It doesn't help if you've kept overwintering onions in that have had it, because they can just transfer across. It's tricky up at an allotment, when some people have chives and things like that overwintering, they've got rust on, and the spores travel. And overwintering leaks. It's still the same regarding that. It's just one of them problems, as many other things have. They're all individual problems. But most of the time, you'll get a crop. And these will be ready. The garlic takes quite a while. I'd probably tend to, for the sake of overwintering it, I don't tend to find you get that much earlier yield, to be honest. Maybe 3 weeks. But these will be out of the ground by mid to end of June, I should imagine, somewhere around that. It's as simple as that, really. I'll just give them a bit of a water. I'll water it tomorrow because it's dark outside now, and it's as simple as that. And then, like 5-6 weeks time, I'll use a bulb planter, punch hole in my raised beds, because these will probably be about 3 or 4 inches high by then, hopefully, and then plant them in, and let them sort of fend for themselves, because they are pretty hardy. They like the cold. This compost has been outside. These bulbs have been kept outside. I mean, I stored them all the winter. They're in that little meter cupboard, but they've been outside for about a week. in the shed to get everything the sort of same sort of temperature, because garlic needs cold, otherwise it won't split and form cloves. So you can, if you put them in the fridge for a few days just to chill everything down. I won't put them in really wet compost, you know, because it's like any of the alums, they like a fair bit of drainage. So that's the garlic done. So another thing I'm gonna do is, I don't know if some of you remember last year, it's nearly almost 12 months ago that my mum sadly passed away, and I always used to grow sweet peas. My mum did. It's something that, it was a mixture we bought years ago, and it's sort of cross-pollinated, so it's kind of its own mix. Yeah, they smell nice, plenty of different colours. So again, I'm doing a seed giveaway of the so-called Hilda's mix, because I've sat down and I've podded, which is really nice. It's a nightmare of a job to do. It's a bit tedious, but I've got stacked seeds, and I've got a couple more jars. So varieties of colours. So I'm going to put an email address, because you can't really message on YouTube now, and I'll put an email address in the description below. So if you send me an email with your address and that, UK only I'm afraid, and I'll get these sent off to you. I tend to sort of sow mine probably middle of February, and they start flowering from sort of June, you know. But yeah, no, I'd soak them a bit. You know, last year's were a bit stubborn to get started, so I just soaked them. Really, you know, I give them a soak for maybe overnight or sometimes 2 days. You know, when you see that they're actually swollen in size, it just speeds germination up. I always germinate mine indoors, you know, unless it's warm enough outside, and then as soon as you start poking the heads through, they go out in the polytunnel, or if you've got a cold frame, that's fine. So like the garlic will go outside in the polytunnel, just for now, like, and then it'll go from there, get hardened off for a few days, and then it'll be planted out. Next thing, I got tagged in a video regarding my favourite video, and I'd probably say it's a little series of videos I did a few years ago, and it's called My Little Garden. There is a playlist on my channel. I think it was video number 3. It was quite a long video, but I watched it back not so long ago, and I thought, God, there's a lot in that. It was aimed at beginners, but I mean, it's, you know, people haven't got garden space, but there's quite a lot in that video, so it's one that I'm kind of proud of. But it was Michael Brotherton who tagged me, so I have no idea who to tag, because I've not managed to get on YouTube. I've just been busy working, I've had health problems as well, so I've just not had a chance to catch up with everything. So I've been down the plot to have a quick look in November. I took some leaves across. A friend of mine's a gardener, so I took a lot of leaves across, and I've not been able to get on since I tried to get on last week, but the farmer had done something with some gates, so the fields were joined together, and I thought, I can't be clambering over loads of gates to get to my plot. It was cold and it was wet, so I thought I'll leave it. So my plot's a mess. I think there's 5 ton bags of leaves over there. So I've only just got my seeds through the post. These are all DT Browns. I've got some seeds I need to go through. I'm quite disorganised this year. Also, I got a message of someone actually on my Facebook, and cause I don't have a Facebook page for the actual channel. I got a message and someone was asking, how do I work out my successional growth? But I don't really grow in succession as such. I tend to just kind of follow a bit of a rule that from most things, there are obviously there's other things like carrots and leeks take longer. Most things I tend to sort of go off the 80 to 100 days from sowing to harvest. Now, so I tend to go, I sow it, and then probably 6 or 7 weeks after, it'll be planted out. So it's got around 6 or 7 weeks, and then it's ready. So it's kind of timed, like when I plant it out, I usually maybe have a week up to 2 weeks maximum. But I don't do anything, and then I sow the next batch. So when one's out, and I find that sometimes I can actually get 3 crops in a year provided I start early enough. Now, there's a risk of starting things early that obviously can lose things, but a key date for starting things on, for me, is middle of February, so kind of Valentine's Day, I suppose, around that. It's an easy sort of area to remember. That's when I kind of start some with frost hardy stuff, like with brassicas, some of the lettuce, peas as well. You know, some of them, peas like cold weather. They don't like going into really cold, wet ground, but it's okay to sow them in gutters and things, because they won't actually be getting planted out till probably mid-March to mid-April, somewhere between there. Things get planted out. I tend to have one big day where I just plant everything. I hold things back and prick out and pot on, and I just, when everything's ready, I pretty much fill 80% of my bed in one day. So most of it, it's like half my growing's done in seed trays, to be honest. I don't like sowing things direct, if I can help it. I mean, beetroots, okay, and things like that, they're okay to sow direct. But things like spring onions, I prefer doing in bunches. Same as even seed onions, do them in trays and that, because weeds start coming up, and it's hard work to weed them. Same with carrots, you know. I like to try, if I'm going to sow them direct, I'll put some compost on the ground and I'll sow into that, because that compost should slow any weeds underneath down. I am no dig, but I've not laid my beds up proper for a while, so obviously I've got some leaves to take down. Yeah, regarding the tagging, I don't know who to tag. There is one guy I'd like to see say about a video. He doesn't do a lot of videos anymore, and that's Rick Van Man. I remember watching him years ago, and to be honest, I mean, I enjoyed the series, and it's a good series. So it'd be good to see if he's got a favourite video of his allotment series. There was 100 odd episodes, I think. But it's how it is. You know, how he started it. You know, he tried different things, and it's not all easy peasy. It's hard work. So I've got loads of catching up to do on videos. I've seen a couple of Nigels and a couple of Mike Curtis's I've caught up with on a few of theirs, but there's loads, and that's I've just been busy, and I've had health problems and other things. You know, some of you know I'm in a band as well, so there's things with that. So I've just been so busy, and the weather's just been horrendous. Whenever I've had a chance, the weather's been horrendous. So I will get back round to it. So like I say, if you want any of the seeds, send me an email, and I'll get them sent off to you. As soon as I get your email, I'll get them all sent off. I'll probably stop posting them. Probably in about 3 weeks I'll stop posting them, because I mean, a lot of you have probably bought your sweet peas yourself, but a few people, you know, asked me for some, and it was nice to know that people all over the country, you know, were growing my mum's sweet pea seeds. Kind of in a memory, I suppose, because she always used to grow them for years. You know, and I'll be sowing some myself. Got a big 18-foot net outside which I grow them on. You know, I'm not really a flower sort of guy, but I do it just in her memories, really. You know. So that's it for this video. So the next one will probably be around Valentine's Day. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.